Welcome to Curious Kids Every Day. I'm Josh. How are you doing today? It's so good to hear from you. Hey, when was the last time you rode on an elevator? The other day, my kids and I went somewhere that had an exposed elevator. Do you know what an exposed elevator is? That's when an elevator isn't hidden in the wall. Sometimes you see them at hotels. Instead of a wall in the elevator, it's actually made of glass so you can see out into the hotel, or in the hotel you can see into the elevator. It's pretty cool. So we just stood there for a while watching that elevator go up and down. It was pretty cool. It's just a big glass box. You step inside of it and it goes up or it goes down. But how does it carry something so heavy, so smoothly? I was thinking about this question because I got an email from a curious kid named Micah. He wondered, how do elevators work? Have you ever played on a seesaw with your friends or your siblings? What happens when one side goes up? Right, the other side goes down. Elevators use a similar idea with something called a counterweight. Can you say counterweight? A counterweight is a very heavy block, usually made of steel or concrete, that moves on its own track, usually on the opposite side of the elevator car. Both the elevator and the counterweight are connected by strong steel ropes called cables. These cables loop over a big wheel at the top of the elevator shaft. This wheel is attached to an electric motor. When the motor turns the wheel one way, the elevator goes up. And when it turns the other way, the elevator goes down. So the electric motor is what is actually moving the thing up and down, but the counterweight is helping make it easier for the motor. Imagine if you had to lift a super heavy box all by yourself. Sounds pretty tough. But imagine if you had a friend or a sibling or maybe one of your parents, and they were holding the other side of the box with you. That would make it a lot lighter, wouldn't it? That's how a counterweight works. It balances the elevator so that the motor doesn't have to use as much energy. Now, there are two main types of elevators. There are traction elevators and hydraulic elevators. Traction elevators are the ones that use cables, counterweights, and motors. These are the kinds you find in tall buildings, like skyscrapers, because they can travel really high and really fast. Hydraulic elevators, on the other hand, are often used in smaller buildings. Instead of cables, they use a piston. A pump pushes liquid, usually oil, into the piston, and that makes the elevator go up. To come back down, the liquid is released, and the elevator lowers smoothly. Now, have you ever thought, hey, what if something goes wrong while I'm in this elevator? What if it falls down? Well, guess what? Elevators are incredibly safe. Modern elevators have brakes, sensors, and backup systems that keep them incredibly safe. For example, if the cables ever snapped, which is extremely rare, special safety clamps would grab onto the rails inside the shaft to stop the elevator from falling. So, you're always extremely safe in the incredible technical marvel that is an elevator. Did you know that the tallest elevator system in the world is in the Burj Khalifa in Dubai? And that's actually the tallest building in the world, too. Its elevator can travel over 160 floors, reaching speeds of more than 20 miles an hour. That's about as fast as you drive through your neighborhood. That is crazy. Okay, let's have a quick quiz. What helps balance the elevator so it's easier to lift? That's called a counterweight. What type of elevator uses oil and a piston to move up and down? That's called a hydraulic elevator. And what do traction elevators use to move? Do you remember? Cables, counterweights, and motors. Let's play true or false. True or false? Elevators in skyscrapers usually use hydraulic systems. That's false. They usually use traction systems because they are a lot faster. True or false? A counterweight makes an elevator harder to move. No, that's false. That makes it way easier. True or false? Elevators have special safety systems that prevent them from falling. That is true. True or false? The Burj Khalifa has elevators that can travel over 160 floors. That is true. Okay, would you rather ride the fastest elevator in the world or the tallest one in the world? You know, I love a good thrill ride, so I'll go with the fastest elevator in the world. That sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like almost like a roller coaster to me. Okay, let's play a quick round of What Am I? What am I? I provide balance. I'm very heavy. And I move opposite of the elevator car. What am I? It's the counterweight. All right, let's play a game called Does It Have an Elevator? I'm going to name a place, and you guess if that place usually has an elevator or not. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. What about a tall skyscraper? Yep, skyscrapers have elevators. In fact, they usually have dozens of them. What about a 2-story house? No, not usually, but that would be cool if your house had an elevator. What about a shopping mall? Yeah, a lot of times malls do have elevators. That's true. What about a tree house? No, usually just ladders or stairs. But that would be really neat if you could actually build an elevator that took you up to a tree house. What about a hospital? Yes, hospitals definitely need elevators. Oh, what about a playground? I'm trying to think if I've ever been to a playground that had an elevator, and I'm pretty sure the answer is no. No. Okay, one more. What about a cruise ship? Oh yeah, cruise ships are huge, and they have to have elevators inside, just like hotels. Well, now we know. Elevators move thanks to clever designs with motors, cables, counterweights, or hydraulic pistons. They're built to carry heavy loads safely and smoothly, and they've made tall buildings possible in cities all around the world. The next time you ride on an elevator, I want you to think about all the amazing mechanisms that are going into making your ride so easy and smooth. The world around us is so amazing, and all the cool things that have been invented here are amazing too. What kind of question do you think we'll ask tomorrow on Curious Kids Every Day? I can't wait to find out. So until then, keep asking questions and stay curious, kids. And for all the grown-ups listening, the Curious Kids Club is launching soon. Go to supportcuriouskids.com to get more information. And please visit CuriousKidsEveryday.com to get a free printable with activity ideas that don't involve screens. Those are the best kinds of adventures to have. That's CuriousKidsEveryday.com. See you tomorrow.